A lot of people telling you, don't be upset. You should be upset sometimes. You should be afraid because those emotions are leading you to action. If you will be always calm under marijuana, all fine, you will not move your ass to another place. The life wants to move us now. And if you are ignoring bad relationship, and now with Venus retrograde in Gemini, you're going to explode this year. A lot of this new discussion will come until it should break. A lot of triggers are going to build up in the coming months of this retrogression to take us out of the comfort, because Saturn and Pluto will come back to this exact position they are now. So in the coronavirus term, I see a release into October, because in October already Saturn is stopping the retrograde, and then
you know what I see? I see a release too in the next months. We have April, May, June, July, August maximum, but after that we have Mars in Aries, and Mars will go back and
6 months in Aries.
He makes a square to all the eclipses we had in Capricorn. And this is he activates the eclipses, and he activates the conjunction Saturn Pluto again. And I think this is a difficult time for the next of the year. I see if this, because I agree with you, it could be the second phase of coronavirus or something else. I agree with you.
But this is also building up Mars in Aries for so long months, going to be there.
And this is very important.
Retrograde, like the last retrograde planet of this year, it's going to be a build up of anger, a lot of anger. And when Mars finally will go back, and with all those squaring to the Capricornian, it will be a major anger that I feel that, this is the last call. That's why I said also October, for people finding solution to whatever they are facing through their fears, through their relationship, through their action, how they are doing business, to go to find solution. Because when Mars will retrograde, it will be very hard to do anything. It will be very hard to push yourself even into your accomplishing your desire or direction. And the paradigm shift that come after, it's a revolution.
Yeah, of course, but it's a difficult time there, and I agree totally with you. I think after end of year and beginning of next year, I think a vaccine or something will came out for the coronavirus.
It won't be anymore the conviction for people, because another problems are going to be. People will worry not just about coronavirus. They will worry about how I'm living.
Yeah.
1 month, people cannot pay their rent, and they are just stressing out like crazy. Yeah. So this summer is very.
What do you see about? What do you see? How it will play out?
Sorry, repeat.
What do you see about the economy? How it will play out?
Yeah, I see that. Actually, my model, how I draw the S&P.
Because you're doing a very good work there. Yeah.
I called on the end of February that this is the peak, and I even wrote to my live chart subscribers, bye all-times high, February. However, we fell. I thought that even the fall that we got is the 2100 in the S&P should be already achieved by May, together with the Venus retrograde in Gemini. But we are ready, because I showed exactly those levels, but it's before. So I updated it, and I think it's going to visit back another low in June. And after this is still going to do roller coaster. And off October, November this year,
I agree.
I see a great collapse, and this will come with election time, and with other things that will burst in the world, together with the transit that we are mentioning.
I think after the elections, yes, I think
before.
maybe, yeah. But at this time, end of the year.
See already a big sign, negative sign that's very interesting and symbolically is appearing in my indexes from the very end of September, reminding us September 29.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree. Because I see,
something is to lose control. And listen, with Mars in retrograde from this period, and after all what we're going to process, and with what is coming that will start to penetrate already to the collective consciousness, and the North Node in Gemini, this is a lot of energy to process. So let's speak about alternatives. Okay, we spoke about an option to go to the countryside, to villages, and having land. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I actually just subscribed yesterday to an online course of 2 months about how to move out from the city to start cultivate. You know, there are how to purify water and things that I don't know, but at least it will start with knowledge here in Argentina. Mm-hmm. What would you think to be alternatives investing? Because we are predicting what will happen in the market. We are speaking about S&P, about the companies that are very much controlling our daily life.
Mm-hmm. I think, first of all, gold and silver, I think. But it's difficult to get at this time. It's not so easy to get gold and silver at this time. It's a value that lasted so long years, and I think it will not. I think it's important, but it's not easy to find.
I agree that gold and silver having value, and I understand, and I have people that are trading this as a price, and I'm comparing it to US.
I'm not talking about trading.
Exactly.
Not trading.
Exactly. Yeah. But we are moving to air consciousness.
Yeah.
All this accumulation, things that are on your name, the house is written on my name, this is on my taboo. All the taboos are going to break, and we are into a period era of sharing. Like we are already seeing some corkinets, or I don't know, like shared cars. People won't own nothing. We all will share through a blockchain system or whatever advanced company things. So also
this is the other thing that I wanted to talk about. Yeah.
So just silver and gold are still not convincing me when you are speaking about revolution. And you know what I do believe? Diamonds. I know from Holocaust stories of people that survived the Holocaust because they had some diamonds connected.
Yeah, but it's the same. It's the same thing. Gold, silver, diamonds. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but these are three things that have value. They have at least value. If something has paper money, better to have gold or silver.
Of course.
Yeah.
But we are not going to carry trucks under you.
No.
Or
you can. This is the problem. Exactly. And this is telling us that blockchain will play a very big role the next years, I think.
Yeah. I agree. And maybe it's going to be another third generation of crypto and not a Bitcoin.
Yeah, maybe.
Far.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Internet is going to be in risk here, even that we are definitely going to a very high evolution. We're not going to the stone era. We're going to evolution. But first of all, we need to decentralize the internet, because the internet right now is controlled mostly by the US, that's connecting the most countries.
Some of course.
Already decentralize their internet by satellites. But I think that more countries will need to launch a satellite or to connect with a block of countries to enable people to have connection, first of all. Another big thing, what do you think about the 5G? That is a very much alarming people.
I didn't make enough research about it.
Yeah.
To have something, I don't know. Have you researched?
I listen to a lot of researchers of others, and understanding that is going to damage our skin and our health in many levels, and I'm against it. I'm a very sensitive personality. I'm very sensitive to noises. I'm very sensitive to frequencies. When I'm passing in a place that is full of antennas and routers, I feel anxious and I start to develop my ADHD issues, that it's very hard for me to concentrate. I need to be in places that, and when the 5G, which are very much increasing the frequencies, energy around so many of us, it will make a lot of also mental issues, not just.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm against it. I mostly think that we're going into a high level of telepathy abilities or high levels of telecommunication between us. The 5G is the tool of the capitalism. The 5G is how they want to control people and having us slaved inside of autonomic cars and everything that is controlled in something that, I don't know, not giving us the real freedom. We are part, they put us more inside of the box.
Yeah, what we are talking, what we said before, that they want to have the control, and this is not something that will change from one day to the other.
Yeah, but yeah.
Before this changes.
I think that the antennas and the 5G is going to be a very high debate also with the energy of the North Node to move into Gemini, because a lot of air influences is going to pass here. But I wanted to speak about values, Bitcoin or other coin. I believe that we need to find technologies that we could interchange values, not just sending on the blockchain something using internet, but also, I don't know, like chip to chip, like something that is on another transferring of.
You know, with Saturn and Aquarius, I think a lot of changes will happen in this area, because I think blockchain is the first step. We will see something else coming out the next years.
Yeah, this is the third generation of decentralization and of value.
Yeah.
And yeah, so definitely coins like Ripple, which
no.
much belong to the government.
Yeah, of course.
And a lot of people are trying to convince.
What is interesting, but I have to research it more, Monero.
Yeah,
I think Monero is the more decentralized.
Yeah,
until now.
Yeah. All transactions.
We have to see.
Yeah.
We have to see, because
it's still working on the same, but it will be gradual changes. But the worry is what will happen when, the internet or whatever condition will happen in the world, even, because the energies will do this anyhow, even if government will do this or nature will do
or
it.
not.
Because they could just, something will happen in the world, any natural event that will shut off the internet in many regions of the world suddenly. So how people will interact with money that way, or even using credit card. We need to think about another ways of interacting with each other, and I'm mostly going into solar energy.
Of course.
In solar batteries, in creating energy, in how to use water, how to use the wind, like going into something that won't come from one factory that you need to mine and to slave other countries to pay them $1 a day.
I agree with you.
For giving this value to the rest of the world.
Yeah, this is very important. I agree totally with you with this. To
more than
use.
Gold, I believe to buy right now high, I don't know, like smart technologies that will help you. Even I saw in something that is still fascinating me, like a bottle I saw in Amazon that you can, that is filled itself in water from the humidity. So every 1 hour you have a full bottle of water, sort of like this. Like such technologies that we could use today. Like we don't need to live near to the river specifically to get water, at least if you want to have fish. So you need to live next to the river. But there are so many other alternatives that we could get today with the technology that we need to already invest in them, to own them.
You know, did you saw the documentary that I said to you, Side Guy?
Yeah, I saw.
Yes?
Yeah, I saw. Repeat on the name. It was cut. Repeat on the name.
Zeitgeist.
Yeah, Zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist. The third part is all this, you know, about with technology and nature. It's exactly this thing. How people can, because we have the knowledge, you know, we have the knowledge to use the technology good for a better future. We have the technology.
That's exactly the direction that I should I see forward, that this is what we need to do. We're not going to the Stone Era, the opposite. Because 100 years ago, when people came back, immigrated to the cities, all what they wanted is to be close to work and to be close to community that will give them the structure. But the cities become the more isolating place to be. Indeed, you see some people in the coffee shop sitting, and you see, you know, the fantasy of it, but no real connection, and slavery. Each one wants to be in his own mini apartment, and
exactly
everyone is connecting. And now it's maybe will be the turn of going back with all the technology that we developed in the city to move into something more alive.
To mix it with.
But before mixing it, what is your investing? What you should do in order to succeed doing this?
What I will do, the first thing that I will do is I have a small piece of land in my village. I will plant there. This is the most important thing. You know, tomatoes and so on and so on. I think everybody should have something like this. It's more important than gold, silver, and so on and so on. This is, I think, the more important, because food will play a very big role. And, you know, I can...
Okay. Continue.
I cannot buy gold and silver. This is not from me. I'm investing in the blockchain, as for now. You know?
Yeah, this is the gradual change. At least to have the access for, I agree. But for the majority, for you, it's easier maybe just to practice this sort of step. For a lot of people that are living in New York for so many years, or in Los Angeles, or in London, in Berlin, in so many places that are centralized in the comfort of the city. Very hard for people to do and move, or to see
we need
to do this.
We need smart cities. You know, this is what we need, and this will happen the next year. Smart cities where you will see, you know, a garden in the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I would not go with a smart city directly as a solution. I think more about going out of the city. I think about more starting. You know, not all will move from the city.
How can someone who is working in the city do it? It's difficult now. You know, it's very difficult for someone who has to go to work, to his job.
But this is another earth element. Someone needs to go.
Yeah, of course.
Now depends what he's doing, because this is what we see now. Only necessary workers are going to work, and all the rest is like the fat. And maybe also nature will help us to understand it once the supermarkets, that so many people are living in the same areas, and supermarkets won't be full of food that someone is ready to buy. So what's the luxury that I was convinced so many years? And why should I pay so much dollars or euros?
I agree, but this is something that will happen in a lot of time, you know, year after year.
Yeah, of course, it's not happening from today to tomorrow. But I think that before a person is speaking about buying gold, and you know, a New Yorker, or I'm just speaking New Yorker because it's the great representative of the capitalistic system. But you know, someone living in a very nice apartment in a tall building somewhere in the city, and thinking about buying gold when real crisis is ahead, is maybe thinking of purchasing something cheaper that is out of the city. And those that are having money also are needing the same basic needs, are also needing the people that are living in the also are needing the basic needs. So they maybe will have also the courage to create or to build or to purchase another areas where they could, I don't know, offering different solutions to other people to come with them, because the paradigm is about to shift. We understand that it's a paradigm. It's not just a crisis that will fall something and it will go in another cycle. The value and the approach to the thing is going to change. And if water is not purely...
Of course, and that's what I'm saying before. The first thing that I would do is to have my land, and this is the first thing and the most important thing. And this is something that if they have money to invest, then go and buy some land. Make the first step. Think about it.
Now we spoke. Purchasing lands and not real estate. This is the step, first of all, for the people with the money, before speaking about purchasing gold, silver, and all those investing products, is about purchasing a piece of land. Then you could rent, sublet it, or do something with this to enable. I think that new villages, I don't think that existing cities will continue the same way, or if they will be as smart cities, it will be once people will abandon them, and then the masses will come back with the consequences of what they learned with the earth. I think the exit right now is to purchase in other places, out of Europe even, because Europe is full of people in such little land. To go into the south, and also the south, because we are into a mini ice era now, and no fire energy in sky, Jupiter in Capricorn. So it's also strengthening this. Going south, going South Africa, South America, to find, and this is a lot of land available.
Of course.
For offering people something.
And the other thing that will happen is this power shift. You know, we have now the USA, it's the big power, but this will change the next years. You know, and this whole situation will change people's mentality and how they think and what they value most and so on. But this is a time where year after year, our system, our solar system, will show us that, hey, go this direction.
The universe is doing its work alone. We could learn it the hard way, to suffer from it. Of course, that some suffering.
You know, problem will have people who are stubborn, and they are thinking the old way. You know, this is an era where people have to understand that something new is now beginning, and I have to look at this new thing and to be more open-minded about it.
A lot of people
not stubborn.
I don't do crypto. I don't understand this. They don't want to understand, to learn the technology. And you know, now my parents, without, you know, they need to do a very strong effort to learn how to use Zoom, just in order to connect with their family, because they are locked down in their house. So, you know, like, life is showing you a moment that you will have no choice. You must to learn the technology that you rejected for so far.
And you have to be open-minded about it. You have, this is the thing that the most
you cannot, you can be no open-minded, you just will suffer. If you want to suffer less, you must to be open-minded.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, a lot of people are not open-minded, and it will be very hard for them to open their mind, but we just will suffer more.
Yeah, as I said, not to be stubborn. You have to open your eyes and to put your head up and to see what's going on. Yeah, and to see other alternatives. What else is very important, because we didn't speak about it, but people have to understand that knowledge is power, and we have to learn things.
It's exactly what I want to
and
say.
To open the mind.
It's exactly what I want to say. We are going now in the next 1.5 years, North Node moving to Gemini, and we all will need to learn from Gemini. What is Gemini? Yeah. Learning new things, open-minded, try new things, and stop with the old paradigm of Sagittarius of what you are judging the things before you know them really. So
exactly,
this is the direction.
Exactly.
Life will force us to learn new technology.
And you know, I will speak one more time about Jupiter and Saturn. You know, this air sign, this new cycle in air signs, you know, knowledge. This will play a very important role in the next years. We have to open our minds.
But no, yeah, it's revolution, but they will meet in Aquarius. Okay, Sagittarius, also speaking about knowledge.
I'm talking about air signs in general, you know, because this cycle is in the air signs in the next 200 years. This has to be about knowledge and how we say it?
A revolutionary state of mind, I would call it.
Yeah.
And all this school, look how coronavirus is helping us to manifest the shifts that are happening, because suddenly children are learning remotely, and they will understand it, and people are learning to work remotely. So once people starting to see that this is working, and they learn how to use different technologies that never had a chance to do, or they need to do, suddenly they could think about doing things from the distance. Just a second. Why should I live in this neighborhood that is 2 times or 3, 4 times more expensive if I can go to something more ecological and still to educate my children, to still to work, to still to do other things, and to get a much more quality of life?
Yeah.
So also children are going to be educated differently.
Yeah, the education system will change. This is, of course.
We don't need more education. We don't need more education.
Like this, yes. No, I agree. This is not education. This is
this is brainwashing. We need
of course,
wisdom. I will tell everybody thank you for being here. And
if
anyone has a question, if you want to say something, just to close.
No, I hope that people will open their minds and look forward. This is the most important thing.
They will look forward. Everybody will look forward, because life will show it to us.
Show you,
Plus, don't be tough on yourself, because it's going to be painful if you are going to resist. Flow with it.
Exactly.
Open your mind.
Love to all. I hope.
You stay a moment with me after. But bye for everybody.
Okay.
Share the video. Bye.